Hey, what's up everyone? So today it's a lazy Sunday and I'm gonna show you a quick and easy Asian breakfast using two very popular Asian ingredients. I'm talking about Spam and cream of chicken. So you must be thinking, Wally, you're out of your mind. These two products are very popular specifically in Hong Kong. I'm making ham and macaroni soup, plus Spam and egg sandwich. Two very classic Chinese Hong Kong Cha Chaan Teng dishes. First off, let's boil up some macaroni. Just follow the package directions. Personally, I tend to boil it for an extra 3 to 5 minutes because Hong Kong style pasta is a little bit softer. So macaroni and soup is something that I grew up eating. My mom made it for breakfast ever so often. She'll put in some ham, some peas, some carrots. Now this type of food, of course, my mom didn't invent it. She grew up eating it back in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong used to be a British colony, right? So as a young girl growing up in Hong Kong, that's what she ate in school and that's what she ate all around these popular Chinese diners called Cha Chaan Tengs. And Cha Chaan Tengs are all over Hong Kong, small, large, but it doesn't matter. You'll find people wearing like clothes like me that just walk inside, as well as people in business suits going inside to enjoy a meal. If you've never been to Hong Kong, go to a Cha Chaan Teng. When you go inside, you're gonna get slightly abused by like cranky and crass, salty old men. But service is a little bit, hit or miss. But don't take any offense. Just go there and enjoy the food. In Hong Kong, there are many ways to prepare macaroni and ham, but one of the most popular Cha Chaan Tengs is called Australian Dairy Company. This recipe is based on their version and they use cream of chicken. Many other Cha Chaan Tengs, they just use chicken soup or maybe even soup mixed with chicken bouillon base. So instead of following the can's direction, which is 1 can of water, I'm gonna add 2 cans of water because the soup at Australian Dairy Company is a little bit more thinner and more runny than 1 can of water. Don't worry folks, this isn't going to water down the flavors. There's plenty of sodium to go around in 1 can of soup. Now, like I said, these are two breakfast items in Hong Kong. Now, there are a lot of breakfasts to be had in Hong Kong, and the food has to be really, really good. Because from my experience, Hong Kong people are some of the pickiest eaters that you ever come across. There's something about the Hong Kong population. Most of the people there are very food savvy. And that makes sense because Hong Kong is such a small place and there's so many people crammed in. Plus rents for restaurants are very, very high. So restaurant owners in Hong Kong, they have to really make sure that the food is really good, because if your restaurant food sucks, you're out of business. And I often joke with people that if there's a restaurant that you really, really like and you bring 5 Hong Kong friends with you to show them how great the food is, how wonderful the decor is, one of them is gonna think that you have okay tasting food. 3 of them are gonna think that you have shit tasting food. And the last one just might not come to your funeral. Okay, as you can see, it's light, so it's the same consistency as Australian Dairy Company's cream of chicken soup. But I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit further for the lumps to break down. And that just shows you how serious Hong Kong people take their food. Oh, and I gotta top it off with some ham. This little packet of ham, about 90 grams, costs about $2. $2 in Thailand. But that's just the way it is here. Man, I'm so ready to dig into this, but let's make the Spam and egg sandwich first. Let me just keep this warm in my microwave. All right, Spam. A lot of people never had Spam before. I don't know why. It's one of the best foods ever. But I know most people are worried about the way it looks. And I guess if I didn't eat this while growing up, I might be, a little bit hesitant eating this too. But I'm telling you guys, it is some tasty stuff. And I'm just gonna make about 1 sandwich, so 3 slices of Spam is enough. And to be honest, Spam is actually more appetizing after it's been cooked. But first things first, I'm gonna make some eggs. Scrambled eggs. Oh, and I forgot to add just a dash of milk, just to thin out the eggs a little bit. Now, at this point, you can also add some salt. You know, the scrambled eggs in Hong Kong, the Cha Chaan Tengs, for me, they're a little bit too salty, so I just leave out the salt. But if you want to make it authentically Cha Chaan Teng style, then so go ahead and add some salt to it. So on a low-medium heat, just add some oil to a pan and drop your eggs in. And the Cha Chaan Tengs, the scrambled eggs, they like to make it just a little bit, just slightly overdone. And on the same pan, on a low-medium heat, I'm just gonna add just a little touch of oil. And I'm gonna add my Spam. Notice that I cut my Spam a little bit thin. And that's because you want your Spam to build a really nice crust. So I usually leave it on one side for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then I flip it. See, look at that. That's a nice, delicious crust. Oh, doesn't that look more appetizing? All right, got my toast here. Now typically in Cha Chaan Tengs, they'll cut off the crust. But you know what? I'm home. The crust, I don't mind eating, so I don't want to waste food, right? So I'm gonna leave the crust on, okay? But I do need a layer of thin Asian mayonnaise. Asian mayonnaise is more sweet than the American style of mayo. I'm gonna pile on my eggs. My Spam. Can't forget that, right? Hot. Hot. And then you just make the sandwich. Macaroni. And there you go. Two very classic Hong Kong style Cha Chaan Teng dishes. Macaroni with ham and a Spam and egg sandwich. I'm gonna go for the macaroni and ham first. Just the way I remember it. You know, it's always the most simple breakfast that gives you like the biggest wow factor. Just think about like cereal, you know, just Wheaties. Now one of my all-time favorite, a Spam and egg sandwich. And you know, I know a lot of people are nervous about eating Spam because they think that there's lips and assholes in it. And who knows, maybe there is. Who knows? Oh, it's so damn good. Oh. You know, if I had more space in my stomach, I would make another classic Cha Chaan Teng classic, Hong Kong French toast. Check out my next video and I will teach you how to make it.